Okay, I want to preface this video by saying that this is our third game. We had 4 or 5 players missing, so it's essentially a half our roster. And although I did invite my buddy Josh, who is a AAA junior player, we lost 5-1. It was our best game to date, although I didn't have a great performance. So, here we go. So this first play happens while we are on a power play. So he takes a shot from low in the circle. I give it to him. My team calls for it, and I just give it right back to them, and the play continues. Unfortunately, we were not able to capitalize on this power play. Sadly, this is the second shot of the game and turns into a goal. I didn't track the player properly, and he saw the big flawed open side on my blocker side and took advantage of it. Okay, this player here looks like he gets hooked, but he actually completely loses his footing and crashes my net. Luckily, his buddy wasn't able to put it in before that happens. This was an awkward play because he seemed to have missed a shot. It went wide and it had an awkward bounce, so I had to try and get back into position. And from that point, the play was sent back to the face-off circle, and pretty standard save, sent it right into my chest, and I put my glove down for the rebound. This play was nothing too difficult, however, it was a screen shot. I had my defenseman and one of their players going in front of me, and so I went with the odds, seeing where the shooter was, and it worked in my favor. I made the save. Same basic principle, came in and went right through my defense and took a screen shot behind 2 of my players. Same thing again for the save. I went with the odds on knowing where the shooter was, and it worked in my favor. This entire play was a little odd. It seemed as though no one on my team was capable to take possession or control of the puck. They come around once in the back, someone clears it to the middle, which happens right now. Weird bounce in the back of the hand, and they take possession of it again. And so they come in for the second attempt, and they make a nice left to right one-timer pass, which I get a piece of on my elbow, but not quite enough, and it's now 2-0 for them. The slow-mo shot, you can see that it touches my shirt. Alright, on this shot I'm going to say that I'm very happy that I have a 951 helmet, because I've become confident enough to actually make saves with it, as you can see there. So this team did the same play very often, taking some screenshots behind my players. I got used to it at a certain point, and I was able to use my stick to clear this one out. And that's the end of the first. But right away on the beginning of the second, they came up with a 3-on-1, and I was able to make a highlight reel save. On this slow-mo, you can see that I have a bit of a hard time making a proper move towards my left, and I reached out just enough to glove that shot. This one's nothing too complicated. Got a bit of a breakaway, but wasn't a very good stick handler, so he took a shot and I got it right in the chest. Once again, they came in and went for the screen shot. This time I didn't get enough speed on my reaction, and it beat me right between the legs. It's now 3-0. Coming in from the point, they just lobbed it in, going for the deflection, and it wasn't really a big threatening shot. First shot is blocked by my defenseman, lateral move, and then it's shot again, at which point I make the save, but it pops up in the air, so I have to get a blocker on it. Worked out in my favor. I'm pretty happy with that. Same gentleman here, no real hand, so he takes a shot, and pretty easy save, closed up the butterfly. Defense took care of the rebound. At this point, it is a 5-on-3. We got a penalty for roughing in their end, and slash to the helmet by my captain on our end. And so there's a bit of a scramble going around. And the first shot hits the post, as you saw right there. And then I have a hard time finding my position. And while being screened, they take a shot, and unfortunately it goes off my thigh and into the net. At this point, it is 4-0. Period ends just about now, and unfortunately my camera ran out of juice to do the third period completely, but there wasn't much going on other than a breakaway, and at which point I essentially gave up and he lobbed it right over my blocker side. And we did manage to score one quick goal, so essentially we lost 5-1, and it always sucks.